Good morning. Um, so I think I figured out YouTube Live, I think. So what I did is I went ahead and I enabled the chat feature, I think. So you guys can chat with me while I am talking. So how's everyone feeling today? Good, bad, tired? I'm tired. So I don't know if you guys are able to type anything. If so, that would be great, so I can know what you guys are thinking, because that's the whole point of this. So I'm tired because one of my children got up at 3 a.m. yelling at me. So that was fun. So what we're going to do today is I was going to answer any questions that anyone had about what you're doing for the day, and if you have any questions about your assignments, or just see how you guys are feeling about everything that's been going on with virtual learning and just being at home and the big adjustment that you guys have been going through. So if you have any questions, feel free to go ahead and type them up and we can talk about anything that's going on. Feel free just to say hello or anything. So how are you guys feeling with virtual learning? Is it going good? Do you like it? Do you not like it? What do you guys think? Tell me. Type it up in the chat feature. How are you guys feeling about virtual learning so far? Okay, so what we'll go ahead and do, since I don't have anyone typing. Oh, I have Eli. Eli, good morning. Yay. Eli, how are you doing today? You doing good? So Eli, how are you? Good. I'm glad you're doing good. How are you feeling now that school is going to be online until middle of May? I'm doing good. Thank you for asking. Very polite. So how are you thinking about school being online until middle of May? That's kind of a big difference, huh? I'm kind of like, I wish I could go back to the class, but got to do what you got to do, I guess. So, so I'm going to let you go ahead and type anything if you're typing it. We were just saying, whoever just joined us, we were just asking how everyone's feeling about school going till middle of May now for virtual learning. So we're not going to be going back to the classroom until at least May 15th. The governor announced. Yeah, because I like this. Good. I'm glad you like this. It's a lot to take in that we're going to be doing virtual learning, and I'm trying to learn lots of different ways to be doing the technology. I'm trying to find what works best for us. So you know me, guys, I always change things up a lot if it's not working. So expect next week we'll probably try something new where we can do more virtual stuff, so we're live together. So I have someone else here. I'm not sure who it is. I have Eli and someone else. So if that someone else wants to type who they are, that's great. So this is what we're going to do. If you have any questions, you guys can type them. But what we're going to do is, since you're already with me, we can go ahead and do the reading lesson together instead of watching the video later. So if you haven't already, get out your ready books and open up to page 264 for basketball ballet. I have to be very careful because last time I showed my book during the live stream, it cut me off. So that was crazy. So I don't know, I got to find a way for it not to do that again. So we're on 264 for basketball ballet, and we're just going to go over that again and really dive deep and make sure we understood what it was about before we even touch the questions. So we're going to discuss the main idea, what this text was mostly about. Now, this text was a fiction text. The genre was fiction, and so because it was fiction, it's going to have characters, it's going to have a problem, a solution and lesson learned. Eli, I can't see you. So the YouTube live is only so I can talk and you guys can chat. And I was doing it this way because with the Google Hangout, it was a lot with everyone talking. So what I'm going to do is we're going to do the Google Hangouts when we're doing a small group. Hangouts with just a small amount of you. And that way everyone can see each other. But for this is just live and it goes up on the YouTube channel for people to see later. So let's jump into the story for Basketball Ballet. We read it yesterday. So I just want to review what the problem was. So if you're here, what I want you to do is I want you to go back to the text in 264 and 265, and I want you to find out what the problem was of this text. Type it up for me. Just a couple of words. Don't worry about it being perfect, but we're just reviewing it. What was the problem of the story yesterday for Basketball Ballet? That's okay if you're not there yet, Eli. Go ahead and take your time. I'm just drinking my coffee, so we're on 264, Basketball Ballet, finding out what the problem was. And I'm going to see. Okay, Eli, go ahead and why don't you type up what you think the problem was of the story? And for my future people who are watching this on playback on YouTube, take your time to go ahead and answer these questions. And if you have someone in the room with you, you can go ahead and tell them what you think the problem of the story was. So we have that check for understanding what the problem of Basketball Ballet was. And I'm going to see if I can, send an email to some other kids about what we're doing. So problem of the story, we had our characters yesterday. We had Emilio, we had Aiden, and we had Jordan. And those were our three main characters yesterday. So what was the problem that our characters were facing yesterday? Specifically, Emilio had a big problem, and Brady also had a problem in the story. So I'm going to go ahead and jump in here. Yep, he was being bullied. Very good. So basically, good job, Eli. So we had Brady, who was kind of being bullied or picked on by some kids in the story, specifically because he liked to dance. And so these other kids found it as an opportunity to make fun of him. And very good. When we filled out our point of view graphic organizer, because we're focusing on how characters are thinking and feeling about stuff based on their actions, we were able to determine their point of view. So let me ask you, how does Emilio feel about Brady? What is his perspective towards Brady? And this was in our graphic organizer yesterday. We went ahead and we found details. We found out Aiden was one of the bullies. Good, Eli. Yes, Aiden was one of the bullies, or like not nice guy. And we know, looking at the story, that Emilio wanted to pick Braden for the team, and he wanted him to sit with him for lunch. But yet that didn't happen because he was kind of conflicted. So Emilio actually kind of liked Brady. So that was our problem. And then our solution, which we're going to have in our fiction text, is how this problem ends. And so it actually finally ended when we have Emilio at the end who invites Brady to play basketball, and they realize, wow, this kid's actually pretty good. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and we're going to answer some of these questions together if you're here. So let's look at question number 2 so you can kind of get a jump start on your work. Question number 2 says, why doesn't Emilio... Yeah, Eli, it's okay. We got a couple people here. They just haven't said anything yet. So I can, because I see I got 3 people here. So if you're just getting here, You can go ahead and chat hello and let us know who's here. And we're in our Ready book right now. We're on page 266. And we're going to go ahead and dive into the question. So we're looking at question number 2. Why doesn't Emilio sit with Brady on the bus after school? So when we get these questions, if we made time to stop and think about the problem, solution, and lesson learned, the rest of it's going to be easy. So we're going to go ahead and look back in the text, and we're going to figure out, why doesn't Emilio sit with Brady on the bus? My dad's computer is the 2. Great. Well, I'm glad I have Eli's family here for our YouTube live session. That's great. I feel special. It's like I'm just hanging out with Eli and his dad. I think a lot of your classmates are sleeping still. So Eli, you can get a little one-on-one session. So Eli, I want you to tell me what paragraph number we should look at to find this answer. Why doesn't Emilio sit with Brady on the bus after school? What paragraph number should I look at to find this answer? Don't even worry about your choices right now. Cover them up. Go back to the text, and I want you to go ahead and find out why doesn't Emilio sit with Brady on the bus? And let me know what paragraph number we should be looking at, and go ahead and type it up on your chat stream. Why doesn't Emilio sit with Brady after school? $17. All right, so I'm going to 17. It says, that afternoon, Brady sat by himself on the bus. I felt bad for him, so I thought about sitting with him, but I didn't want to get picked on. You're absolutely right. I had that written down in my book, and I had a number 1 next to it, because that is the evidence to answer that. Great job, Eli. So based off of that evidence, based on those key details, what letter would you pick for your answer? A, he always sits with Aiden on the bus. B, he feels bad for Brady and doesn't want to bother him. C, Emilio doesn't want to get picked on. Or D, he thinks Brady should sit with a girl. So based off your evidence on paragraph 16, what would be your answer? A, B, C, or D? A, he always sits with Aiden on the bus. Eli says C. Eli, you're correct. It is C. He doesn't want to get picked on. And this is one of those questions we call it, it's a right there question. If we just go back to the text and we actually go ahead and we find out the key details, we're able to answer that. So the other thing I want to say, because for the rest of your assignment today, you are going to be answering the multiple choice questions from 266 to 268. You do not need to do the writing today. The writing is going to be tomorrow. So you're just doing the multiple choice questions, and you're going to upload a photo on the Google Classroom. But I do want to say, since we're starting small groups now with our novels, Eli, I believe you're in BFG. We want to make sure that we're also typing complete sentences. So if this was a question we had to write a response for, why doesn't Emilio sit with Brady on the bus after school? I would say Emilio doesn't sit with Brady on the bus after school because, and then I would have my my details that are supporting it. So we want to make sure that when we're actually typing responses, we're using complete sentences and we're using those key details. That's the big thing our class needs to work on, is using those key details to support our statement. So for the rest of reading today, which you already got a jump start on it, Eli, you're going to go ahead and answer the comprehension questions. You're going to upload it to the Google Doc. I'm going to try to do a Google Live for math later today. Hopefully people will be more awake and up and I can give you a heads up, barring my kids not having tantrums today, but they're going to. So Eli, and there's one other person here besides here, because my Chromebook, my dad had the computer because my Chromebook wouldn't work. Okay, that's fine. Eli, if you have any problems that you need to let me know about, just go ahead and send me an email. I'll be available. I'm not always able to email back right away, but I do try to get back to you guys as soon as possible. So I hope you have a good day. And if you need any help, shoot me an email. But the work I've been seeing has been really good. I'm going to try to do a YouTube Live later for math. We'll see if it works a day ago. Okay. All right. Well, if there's, like I said, if you want to email me, if there's something I can help with, let me know. Okay. All right. Other than that, you have a great day and I will see you later.